Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with the Knight of Swords. This is somebody who is rushing headfirst into something. I feel like you're a very decisive person, and I feel like usually you think things through pretty calmly, pretty steadily, with a lot of analysis and with a lot of thoughtfulness and a lot of considerations. But right now, Taurus, it feels like you're about to leap into something maybe without a lot of thought to it, okay? This is that card that is leaping into action, that is going headfirst into something, right? You've got a very strong idea, you have this decisiveness, and it's kind of like you're moving very, very quickly, but are you thinking of the consequences? Just pay attention to what you're doing. And, I don't know if this is just an opportunity that's once in a lifetime and you're just you're not hesitating, you're just going for it. Or if there's something about it that is just very tempting, very alluring, and you're just kind of, you're just not really thinking of the long term. Let's find out, okay? Let's put this into context. Context is everything. We see, okay. All right, we got a Lover's card here. We have a 5 of Pentacles, but we've got a Wheel of Fortune. We've got a 5 of Wands and a 10 of Cups. Okay, all right. All right, I take it back. I feel like maybe you do know what you're doing. But I think Spirit just wants you to pay attention. The 5 and the 5. What are the 5s? The 5-fingered hand. Something's waving at you. Something's saying, hey, Taurus, over here, don't forget about me. You're about to leap into something that I think is a commitment, and it's going to make your life gloriously friggin' happy. Okay? It's going to make all your dreams come true. And it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Go for it. Yes, diving in head first, not even thinking about anything. But there are just probably some things that you need to be aware of. Pay attention. You have to know what's really happening here. There will be struggles. There will be, practical considerations to take into account. It's not going to be, exactly like a fairy tale. There will be struggles and hardships. Okay? And that's something that you need to be aware of. 3 of Swords. 6 of Wands, Hermit, and a Queen of Wands. Very cool. I like the Hermit here because I feel like the Hermit is definitely saying that this is something that you have been holding out for. You're not just leaping into the first thing that comes along. And the Lover's card, just put your pitchforks away. It doesn't have to be romance, but it could be. Okay, this could be that soulmate. This could be the one for you, right? It is the one something. This doesn't have to be romance. This could be a partnership of business. It could be a creative collaboration. It could be a new pet. This is the heck yes, 1,000% yes to something. Something has asked you to marry it, and you're marrying it. It could be an idea. It could be a new job. Could be a new path. Whatever it is. You're saying yes to it with no reservations, no hesitations. But I just want you to be aware that it's not going to be all fun and games. It's not going to be all just sunshine and roses. You have to be aware, of these things that are going to need your attention. There will be hardships. There will be struggles. Okay. But the Six of Wands is very good here too, because it's telling me that, look, you can whatever the challenges are going to be, you're going to overcome them. So it's okay. Okay. Spirit's not telling you to not do this. I mean, just look at the horizontal path. This, your fortunes are changing. You're leaping into something headfirst and saying heck yes to something, and it's going to be a dream come true. Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. Just know that it's not going to be a fairy tale. It's going to be a dream come true, yes, but it's going to be hard work. Maybe it's going to start off kind of slow. Maybe there's a lot of challenges that we have to overcome. Okay. There's physical compatibility, perhaps considerations, domestic considerations. What's it actually going to look like in practice when we're actually doing it? Like, what's the logical, practical, logistical sort of thing about this that we're not looking at? There's going to be money stuff, or you're going to have to buy this or sell this, whatever it is. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it over here with our little horse, Mr. Ed, right on top. Of course, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what this card is, put your prediction in the comments below. Right down there. Okay. Anyway, let's look around the room. We see major arcana cards. We see fire and fire. We see the water. All the water. Okay? But to get to all the water, we've got to go through the air and the air and the earth. Okay? We have to go through the challenges and things. Okay? This is going to be the best choice you ever made. I guarantee it, that if you pay attention and you're aware of what's happening and you're aware of like what the challenges are, and you're prepared for the twists and turns and the ups and downs, this is going to be a dream come true for you. This is going to be the greatest decision of your life that you've ever made. We just have to deal with some things. You know what I mean? And that's okay. So anyway, let's start with our Knight of Swords. Like we talked about, this is, you're acting with purpose here. You have this precision. You are communicating directly. You're thinking boldly. You are being very decisive. Okay? And you're saying the thing that needs to be said, which I think is yes. Okay? You're saying yes to something. You're moving quickly. And that's okay. As long as you're aware of consequences and you're aware that the journey is not going to be it's not going to be perfectly smooth. The water's not going to always be just like glass. There may be some turbulence here and there. There may be some bumps in the road. So you got your head in the clouds a little bit. That's okay. Just stay grounded as well. Keep your feet on the ground. Your head can be in the clouds. Just keep your feet on the ground. Okay? Don't force anything. Make sure that you communicate clearly right now. Speak clearly, act with purpose. And be precise. Don't force anything. Try not to get too frustrated with things. If you do feel yourself getting frustrated, communicate clearly about your needs, about your plans, about what you're wanting, and try to foster cooperation. Okay? Because you need to do this as a team, I guess, right? I don't know with this Lover's card, I don't know what you're saying yes to. Some of you are saying yes to a soulmate. Some of you are saying yes to a twin flame. Some of you are saying yes to yourselves, to spiritually to yourselves. Some of you are saying yes to a new job, a new path, a new plan, a new purpose, a new sense of direction, maybe. Some of you are saying yes to jiu-jitsu classes or to going somewhere with your friends or whatever it is, okay? This is that yes card. It is an alignment. It is about the relationship between you and someone or something else. Usually a person. There are people on the card, but it doesn't have to be, okay? So I don't want to like just limit it to only like, romantic relationships, let's say. But, this is a soul connection. This is an honest choice. A meaningful decision is being made. And you're making that choice that feels true, like in your body, in your heart and soul. Yeah. You're saying what you want. You're not hesitating. The question is here and you're saying yes. You're not saying, well, can I get back to you? Oh, that's ouch, that hurts. No, it's the question comes up and you're saying, yeah, of course, yes, 1,000%. It's a silly question. Why do you even have to ask? Of course I want it. Of course I'm going to do it. Of course I say yes, okay? This is the quality of the thing, okay? You're creating this connection with somebody or something that matters. It's a relationship with something outside here that kind of is reflecting like your relationship with yourself. If you're feeling it in your heart, move toward it. Okay? If it feels right when you think about it, if the first spontaneous, instant response, the first thing out of your mouth is, heck yes, then I'd say go for it. Okay? I'd say go do it. Yeah? You're choosing that connection that feels like home. It feels natural. It feels good. It feels just, feels nice. Okay? There are challenges. And there have to be challenges. It's not going to just be buttery smooth all day. And I think this is the isolated path of perfection. Of course, there are other things to consider. Especially when we talk about the Three of Swords. But we've got to first talk about the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is this kind of I almost like, because this is typically about like either physical considerations, like money considerations, or, financial stuff. This is worry. Okay? There are things that you are worried about that you need to acknowledge. Okay? This could be some financial tension going on. This could be like we're kind of in this survival mode. There could be a fear of loss or something like this. This is kind of where something inside of you is tightening around resources and kind of wondering if that, the physical logistical considerations are not really being looked at as closely as they should be. Okay? This is something that is like, have you been considering not just how you feel in the moment, but what the future is going to look like? The physical, logistical things, like how much is this going to cost you in terms of resources? How are you going to have to rearrange your resources? Whether this is like, we're going to have to pool our money together, or I'm doing this, but is it going to pay me more or pay me less than what I was doing before? Is this an investment? Is this a commitment of time, effort, energy, money, or space? You're saying yes to something. Guess what? It's going to expect you to put in time, effort, energy, money, and space. Five-fingered hand. So this is kind of like saying, okay, I have to pay attention to what this is going to require of me. You're saying, heck yes to something. Oh, but it's going to take how long? It's going to cost me how much? And it's like, yeah, I want to do it, but I just have to make sure that I can afford it. Not just in money terms, but in time, in energy, in space. Whatever this is, if you say yes to it, it's going to require you to pay attention to it. It's going to need to take up time and space in your life, right? Like we have to understand that saying yes to this is going to cost you some resources. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It just means you need to realize that you say yes, let's say I'm saying, do you want this dog? Yeah. Okay, and then you get the dog, but then it's like nothing changes in your life. It's like, what? No, you're going to have to give the dog some love. You're going to have to go spend money on food and a nice soft dog bed and some lint rollers. You're going to have to spend time to bond with the dog and play with the dog and love the dog and like go do things outside with the dog, The dog is going to need time, effort, energy, money, and space. So just realize that when you say yes to the dog, that it's going to need stuff. Even if it's a person, is you saying yes to a friendship? You can't just say yes to a friendship and then never put in the time, effort, energy, money, or space, because it's like it's not really a thing. It doesn't really exist. It's a friendship on paper only. And that's kind of just what we're talking about here. And it's Spirit's not telling you not to do it. Spirit's saying do it. Yes, absolutely do it. Don't hesitate to do it. But just know that your commitment is going to require you giving something to this thing. You're saying, do you want to play the drums? Yes, heck yes. Okay, well, you got to practice. You got to, you're going to need some equipment at some point, and you're going to have to give some time to it, and, you're going to have to put some energy and you're going to have to put some effort into it. Okay? So that, I think, is kind of what this card is talking about in this internal position. Yeah. And, well, I think that there is a flow, there is a balance that's going to be achieved here as well. I think that the mystery card should be the Six of Pentacles, right? Because we have a Five of Wands and a Six of Wands. I feel like we need a Six of Pentacles too. Because remember that, success follows this card for a reason. This is the struggle. This is now, it's weird to have to change something. Like it feels unstable. Suddenly the routine I had in my life, right, the Four, is being disrupted. Suddenly I got this dog to take care of, comes in, and now my whole flow of my day is different. I have to put in time, effort, energy, money, and other resources for this dog. But after that comes the Six. The reward, the success. The Six of Pentacles would be like the new flow, the new harmony that stabilizes after things get interrupted and things get unstable. Destabilization here. Okay? So let's not be afraid of those resources. Let's not be afraid of the instability, the uncertainty. Okay? All growth requires that we step into this unknown where things are destabilized. Okay? Flow is going to return, but you have to be prepared for this intermediate sort of stage, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is the divine timing. This opportunity is presenting itself to you exactly when it's supposed to. It's not early, it's not late. The Wheel of Fortune shows up precisely when it means to, okay? So it could be that you've had a lot of false starts, a lot of starts and stops, a lot of, failures or like wrong timing kind of things. Those were all on purpose, okay? But this now is the change. This is the turning point. The opportunity is arriving, there's synchronicity, everything is aligned. Something is shifting, and the door is opening, a door that maybe has felt locked for a long time. It's open now, and you're not going to hesitate to say yes to it, okay? It's something that is expanding your life, and, when you try to expand something, what happens? Well, it's going to feel a little unstable at first. Things are going to shift around. You're trying to add on to your house. It's not just, like Legos. You don't just plug another thing onto your house. You got to tear down some walls, the foundations and whatever. It's like, it's going to be upheaval for a while. It's going to disrupt your daily flows. Like, hey, I want to put a pool in the backyard, but I don't want any construction workers. I don't want my day to be interrupted. I don't want to spend any money. I don't want it to take any time. I don't want it to cost anything. And I don't want it to disrupt my daily routines. How the heck would we do that? You know what I mean? So with expansion, with growth, comes the growing pains. Okay? But right now, you need to take action on this. You need to take that positive risk. You need to say yes, heck yes to something. And I feel like this reading is here to say, like, don't hesitate, leap into it, say yes to it, just know what to expect. Know how this is going to have to unfold. Trust the timing, okay? You're being lifted into a new phase of your life. Move with this momentum, okay? Because life is opening up for you. And it's just the growing pains that you're going to have to go through, and it's just fine, it's okay. Your life is shifting, and with that shifting, it feels like the ground underneath our feet is kind of shifting. And it's going to stabilize in a much better way, much more successful, much more profitable or lucrative or harmonious or whatever the word is for you, right? We've got to trust in this timing. And it's not, it's not going to do for you to say, I'm sorry, Wheel of Fortune, can you come back tomorrow? No. It's here now. You take it now or you don't take it at all. Yeah. The Five of Wands up top here, this is strife. This is friction, tension. This is an energy that is testing you, right? There's going to be a little bit of this push-pull. You're going to have to sort of do a little tug-of-war with the dog, okay? The dog's going to just try to kind of like test the boundaries, which means it's probably going to piddle on the floor once in a while, right? And we have to be okay with that. There might be frustrating moments where it's just like we're butting heads. We're kind of like we're bumping elbows here at the dinner table, and it might be a little annoying, a little frustrating, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that there's not compatibility. It just means that we have to learn each other's rhythms. It's like I need to learn how to take a bite while the other person is, reaching for their iced tea or something like that. So we get into a harmony together. We get into a flow. Rather than like we're both reaching for the last sweet potato at the same time, and now we're having a little sword fight with our forks. Yeah. So there's just a rhythm that's going to be established, but at first it may not be there. It's not a problem. It's just the growth friction. Okay? So don't take things personally. Use the tension as feedback. Focus on the goal, not the drama of the moment, not the frustration of the moment, but realize what you're building. And you're building this kind of family vibe, or this contentment, this peace, this fullness, this really blessing, beautiful dream come true life. This is the life you desire. But look how you have to get there. That's crazy, right? But that's life. Okay, that's life. If there is excess energy or if there is frustration, channel that into physical activity, exercise, intentional movement, or creativity or something like this. Don't just get mad and stuff with the other person or with the dog or with your friend or with yourself, depending on what this is for you. But a little bit of that friction is going to be good. Okay, because that's how we learn about each other. That's how we grow. It's just the growing pains here. Avoid ego. Avoid ego battles. Keep your ego in check. It's not that you have to be right or you have to win at all costs. No, it's no big. Just be the first. You're both trying to go through the same door at the same time, like in the cartoons, and you just kind of get stuck. You just like bump shoulders trying to go through the same door. Be the one that backs up and says, "I'm sorry, you go first. That's my bad." Okay, because that's going to help you. That's going to really show your commitment and really your maturity, right? So avoid the ego battle. Yeah. You're kind of learning the rhythm. You're learning each other's movements in a way. Okay? Stay aligned with the direction even when things seem like they're contentious, I guess is the word, right? Because where we're going is this Ten of Cups. Where we're going is satiety, emotional harmony, connection, love, family, completion, bliss, the dream come true. This is the life you desire. Your emotional world is becoming balanced. It is finding fulfillment. It is feeling satisfied. It feels like everything's in place now. Like this is that dream image. The relationship will feel easier. There will be flow. Okay? You will be present with this other thing. It's going to feel like home. It may literally be feeling like home, like we know each other, we're comfortable around each other, we know each other's routines and rhythms, and it's just like smooth like butter now. Okay? Not always, it won't always be, but getting a sort of system. Okay? And I think that this is a simple and peaceful life. Yeah. And this is affection. This is a renewable resource of love. And you're going to protect this. And you're going to, no matter what happens, it's you guys now. You and the dog. Or you and the path, you and the person, you and the soulmate, you and the job. You and the best friend. Whatever it is. You and spirit. Okay? You're protecting this. against, it's kind of like when when it comes to anybody outside the family, there's this protective sort of energy that you're looking at I feel like it's a family thing, looking at your family or your life as one whole unit. Okay, and it's kind of that way that's like when we're in private, we can argue. And we can have it out, and we can go at it with each other, right? But in public, we've got to be on the same team. Does that make sense? And so my wife and I have that. She's Lenore. She does Ula tea leaf readings. And when we're in private, we'll have disagreements, we'll have different opinions, and we'll have it out. We'll be honest and all that. But in public, it's like we're a unified force. Or to the outside, kind of world, we're gonna be on the same team. And we try to instill that with our daughter too. That it's just like we'll always have each other's backs. We'll always support each other. It doesn't mean I'm always going to agree with her. Or she with me, I guess that's probably more accurate. But we're going to support each other and protect each other, no matter what, And so we're protecting this life, yeah. And I feel like you really are learning now what emotional fulfillment actually means to you. Savor this. This is something real that is being created by this effort of yours. And now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. And let me know which card on the path of the dove here seems to resonate with you the most, okay? Now, the Three of Swords. Heartbreak. This is emotional pain. This is trauma. This is memory. Okay. To me, this feels like there are still these things from the past that you might be dealing with. These are things that the current relationship, whatever this yes is that you're saying, is going to bring up a lot of old stuff from the past for you. It's going to stir up some sediment that has settled on the bottom of the river. It's going to be churned up again. Some stuff from the past, it's going to stir up old ghosts. It's, you know what I mean? It's going to activate some past complexes that maybe have laid dormant for a time. So it's important that you realize that some of the things that are going to be happening in this new relationship are going to trigger certain energies in you. Buttons are going to get pushed. Okay? It happens. Especially in a soulmate or even twin flame or even this is my new path kind of situation. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it's the dog. It's going to push your buttons. So just pay attention to that. Be aware of that now. It is going to push your buttons. And I think that once you recognize that, you can you can choose your reaction. Okay? This is, while it is the path that's meant for you, this is something that your destinies are meant to be entwined together. It's also something that is part of your initiatory journey to becoming a magic maker. Your journey of self-discovery, of evolution, of spiritual development, maturity and transformation. This is part of your journey, personally. So a lot of what you're going to go through is going to kind of activate memories from a long time ago. Just know that what's happening now is not the same thing that happened back then. Okay? And so this isn't just a repeat of a story, of the same old kind of story, right? Because the Three of Swords is very often us reliving something from the past and feeling like it's happening again. So you're having an argument with your partner and suddenly your subconscious feels like you're 15 years old having the fight with your parents again. It's like something like that, right? It's not that, obviously, right? So we just need to be aware of that it is going to push your buttons. And you have to just try to stay in control of yourself and not let yourself react kind of that way. Understand that your reactions are going to be coming from this complex. You don't want to react. You want to respond. And I think that's probably our Six of Wands here. This is a recognition, first of all, that your initial reaction may be coming from a complex. So what we do is we kind of pause. Okay? And we choose our response carefully because we are in control. This is Jupiter in Leo. This is a growing fortification, a strengthening of your ego. And the ego can be in control of those reactions and responses. We don't have to be operating from that sort of like our lizard brain, you know. There's also victory and confidence here. There's achievement. This is teamwork as well. Okay? This is you feeling as if you're part of a winning team. And this is really, I think, the aftermath of the growing pains are that you and this person or this idea or the dog or the new job are going to feel like one successful unit. It's like we're finishing each other's sentences. It's like it's the left hand and the right hand working together to craft something, to create something, to play some music or whatever, yeah? It's the workplace, and this is flow in the workplace. It's just that you come in and it's just like everybody is like doing what they need to do and things are just running so smoothly like clockwork. It's just awesome. And there is success. And it feels like we're winning at this thing, you know? And if maybe it's a romance, a partnership, a marriage, you feel like you guys are winning at life, okay? And I think that this is that kind of cooperation. This is also like sharing the credit with the other person. It's not just me, look what I did today. No, it's like this is we. It's not just, oh, this is my kitchen. No, this is ours now. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of sharing that in a way. And also be very generous with the compliments and be very appreciative of the compliments coming in. Stay humble. Do your best to uplift the other person. Teamwork at work. Or, you know, your spouse, your partner, your collaborator, your friend, or whatever it might be, the dog. Give the dog a lot of pets, a lot of scratches, and a lot of praise, you know. Dogs love that. Everybody loves that, I think. But, you know, be willing to raise the other person up above you sometimes, okay? And realize that this is it's a team effort, it's a joint thing. But also you stand tall because you're part of that too, and you deserve to be part of that. You deserve the recognition as well. And I think if this is a work thing, if this is something you are saying yes to in terms of a job or a career, I feel like you're going to find a very successful position within that company or on that path. I feel like you're going to be recognized for some major achievements here. Like there will be confirmations that this is the right path for you because you're going to do an amazing job and like you're going to get the bonus. You're going to get the promotion. People are going to love you. People are going to want to put you in charge of things. They're saying, hey, you did such a good job. Why don't you run the company, you know? So you're going to get that sort of external validation that this yes was worthwhile, that this was the right yes for you. Okay. Now we have the Hermit as well. Now I'm trying to keep these readings under 30 minutes. I think I've already failed today, but I'm trying. The Hermit is like this, the worry or the fear, and I think that this is you on your own. This is you without this thing. This is you on the road, on your own path. Let's say this is you in the dark, scary forest, searching for your path, searching for what is meant for you. Okay? Using your inner wisdom, shining from your own inner light, holding your lamp, and just walking slowly through the dark, scary forest of uncertainty, looking for what is looking for you. I think you're finding it. See, the Hermit is kind of like the single person, and then the lovers, of course, is we're getting hitched. We're getting married, right? We're connecting. We're linking up with something. So this might be the job search. This might be the search for the one, or for the soulmate, or for the true love kind of thing. And it just kind of feels like I'm just sort of searching through my life. And then when you find it, you'll know. Does that make sense? So it doesn't really matter what it is. I'm not saying that like you've been unemployed and then here's the dream job. But it could even be like you have a job, you have a career, but it's just like I'm still keeping the candle in the window, you know? And I'm still being open, and I'm still trying to find that clarity, or to find that that inner certainty, you know, to trust the intuition so that I can recognize the meaningful, you know, kind of other when I find it. So we have a job, but we're still open, we're still looking around, so to speak, for the one, for the right one. You know, for the one that makes us want to say, heck yes. And maybe in the meantime, I got to have a job, got to pay bills. I'm looking for that one, you know. And anyway, so I feel like this is that kind of search, you know. The hermit is the one in the dark, scary forest. What you're searching for is also searching for you. And of course, we have our Queen of Wands here, which is very confident. And I think the Queen of Wands is kind of like the renewed version of you. There's independence there as well, but there's also like this ability to trust and to love and to be part of something. I feel like in this marriage, whether it's with a person or it's like married to the job or the career or like you get the pet or something, right? There's this sense of being an indivisible team. But there's also this sense of individuality. So I think in the perfect union, the perfect like marriage, it's not a loss of identity. It's a strengthening of identity. Okay? It's fortifying your ego. It's making you feel like more of an individual because it feels like this is a partnership. Maybe the Two of Cups will be the mystery card. It's bringing out the best version of you. And it's a partnership that is allowing you to grow and evolve. It's a partnership that's challenging you, pushing you, and sort of fostering growth, encouraging you to grow. And it's got to be mutual. It's got to work both ways. That's really, to me, that's the Two of Cups. It's a mutual exchange, mutual support. It's reciprocity. We challenge each other to lift each other up and to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. We motivate each other. We encourage each other. We support each other. We love and respect each other. Not trying to diminish or even dissolve our individuality, but trying to strengthen. I don't want you to be just like me. You know, to them we're just like one person, you know, or we kind of dress the same and we act the same and we say the same things at the same time. It'd be weird. I want you to be a strong individual, and I want to be a strong individual, and together we'll do this thing called life, you know? So I like this because this is your own individual identity, and you're keeping that. It's your style, it's your creativity, it's your boldness, you know? You're owning your presence in this partnership. And so I really feel like that's really awesome. Let's look at the mystery card. I would love to see the Two of Cups here as a confirmation. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's just take a look. The Hierophant. Of course, it is your superpower card. So it kind of feels like your higher self is sanctioning this marriage, this union, this collaboration, this connection, this partnership. Your true self is sanctioning it. In other words, you know that this is a union that meets your standards. You know, it's up to it meets your expectations. Yeah, that it's you're being given the green light by Spirit. You're being given the green light by your truest, authentic self. Okay. That's what I'm feeling here. I feel like this is a sacred marriage. It really is. It's the Hierophant that is officiating the wedding in the Lover's card. Okay? I don't know if you knew that. The Hierophant is the one that is blessing this marriage as your truest self, your highest self. So that's all the confirmation we need. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Taurus, Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.